Hello, hello! Today we are celebrating an incredibly special milestone for this channel, because as of July 10th, we have officially hit 1,000 subscribers. And if I'm completely honest, I didn't expect to hit 1K this year, let alone this month. So thank you all so much for all the love and support and just for helping us get here. It's really thanks to you that this channel was able to grow and connect with all sorts of wonderful artists and art enjoyers alike, and it means so much to me. So really, just thank you. In order to celebrate this special occasion, I've decided I'm gonna do a little Meet the Artist Q&A sort of dealio. So in my last video, I asked you guys to leave me some questions, and you guys definitely delivered. Like, this video is so long, so I'm sorry in advance, but I hope you enjoy it anyway. Y'all, I'll be honest, I did my best, my darndest, to keep this video in one part and to keep it from getting too long, but I failed. I honestly should have seen it coming, because, for starters, I was so touched that so many of you left questions for me that I over-ambitiously decided I was going to answer all of them, even though there was like 41 questions. And that is not a good combo with my chronic rambling problem. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break this into two parts. So this video is gonna have the Meet the Artist and then the beginning of the Q&A. And then part 2 will focus on just wrapping up the Q&A. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so we're gonna start with just a mini Meet the Artist, and then we're gonna transition into a chill live drawing session where I answer your questions and draw random stuff. So first off, hello! My name is Qna. I'm a 23-year-old disabled artist from Midwestern America. I use they, she pronouns, preference on they. I'm in way more fandoms than I can properly count, and I quite like numbers, so I can count pretty high. As I'm sure you can tell from my channel, my favorite color is purple, specifically a shade called Wisteria, but if you look it up, you're just gonna get a whole lot of hue variety, which is really just because the plant can be anything from white to a soft bluish periwinkle to a bright pink. But it is specifically the purple wisteria that I'm talking about here. Anyway, more facts. As I'm sure you guessed, I really love making art. Like, it's more than a hobby at this point. It's basically my whole life. I have struggled a lot with my art stamina and motivation recently, though, because I got sick. So I'm always glad when I manage to pull through and just keep drawing. But when I find myself lacking in motivation or anything like that, I kind of just seek out other artists. Because one of the big things that helps inspire me and get me into the drawing mood is just watching other artists do their thing. Especially on platforms like this one here on YouTube and then over on Twitch. Because getting to see different art processes firsthand and then hearing the artist's thoughts while they work is really cool and inspiring to me. And it usually makes me want to make something. So a lot of the time while I'm drawing, I'll put other artists' content up in the background. I have quite a few that I cycle through, but here's a list of some other creators that inspire me in that way. And that includes some of my friends as well. They're all just amazing people, and they're all artists, and some of them stream on Twitch and have webcomics and stuff like that, so you should go check them out. They're pretty cool, they're pretty awesome, so that would be awesome of you to do that. Anyway, aside from drawing, I also really like listening to music and singing, cooking, playing video games, and just stuff like that. I don't really have a lot of big hobbies. I'm a true homebody through and through. So if I can be home, that's pretty preferable for me, I'd say. And I have a cat named Sasha, but I call him Sauce. Here are some pictures. He's my baby and I love him. Even when he's spilling his water and being a menace or eating plastic, I still love him. He's my baby. But yeah, that's really all there is to me. So I'm just gonna end this Meet the Artist thing here and hop into what you're probably actually watching this video for, the Q&A. Hello! We've now transitioned from the scripted general format you're used to a more live drawing situation. I have this big canvas. I'm gonna be drawing random references because I don't know what else to do while I answer your questions. So, yeah. Sorry in advance if this is a bit of a mess. It's probably gonna be. I'm gonna do my best to articulate myself and stuff and answer your questions to the best of my ability, but I am just going to be probably rambling on most of them. So yeah, let's get into the questions. I actually made this wheel, and basically I've numbered each person that asked a question. So we had 23 different people ask either one or more questions, and I just made this so that we can randomize it. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm gonna roll now. So the first question. I just realized it has sound. I don't know if you guys heard that, but it goes doodle. Okay. Anyway, question 8. The first question is question 8. Let's see. Question 8 is from my Discord server, and it's from, don't shoot me if I say your names wrong, guys, just in advance, Popo-ho-ho? Popo-ho-ho. And they asked, what's your least favorite fandom? And they followed it up with this gif, which, it's a doozy of a question, and that's such a funny gif, so I feel like it's perfect for this. Yeah. My least favorite fandom is such a hard question because I've been in so many fandoms and I'm still like actively in a lot of fandoms. Oh man, I'm gonna go draw while I talk. So I would have to say the fandom that there's probably 2 fandoms, one of which I was really involved in and one of which I'm not super involved in anymore, but was for the first few seasons. That was BNHA, the Boku no Hero Academia fandom. I just feel like people were just needlessly toxic, specifically relating to shipping. And I gotta move over. I just don't like that. I don't like that they were like that at all. So, yeah. But one that I was actually super involved in was the Voltron fandom. The Voltron fandom was horrible. I survived the trenches in that fandom. It's actually so bad. Because, oh man, I'm so bad at double tasking, by the way. Anyway. But yeah, basically, I started watching Voltron in like season 1, and oh wait, I did this wrong. Like, it wasn't so bad early on. Early on, it was just like a few weird ships with like, it was like age gap ships, but other than that, it was whatever. But as the show went on, the show writer started like hinting at Clance becoming canon, and some of the actors were lightly confirming that it was going to become canon, so people were just kind of really expecting it to become canon at some point. And then it slowly started seeming like it wasn't even going to be possible to be canon, I guess. And people got like really toxic about it. And they started just attacking the voice actors who had no idea Because what happened was basically that Clance was like gonna be canon, basically, and DreamWorks decided that they don't like gay things. You know, typical movie studio move, no biggie. Ugh. But basically, because of that, one of Jeremy Shada, I don't know how it's said, he is Lance's voice actor, and he was the one that was like lightly confirming that Clance was going to be canon, and people were like sending him death threats, and they were going crazy after like the last 2 seasons came out, because obviously Clance didn't become canon. But here's the thing, he probably thought it was going to be canon, and DreamWorks kind of just pulled the plug on it at random. I don't know. The Voltron fandom, it was something else. I feel like it was fine, and then out of nowhere, it just got like so bad. And I feel terrible for the actors and actresses on that show, because like they were just doing their job, you know, like that's one thing we need to remember. Actors and actresses have so little power. Sometimes they have like a little say depending on if they manage to like get to that point of influence, but 90% of the time voice actresses and voice actors do not have like any power or say. But they are kind of like told things in advance, and there's actually 2 seasons worth of Voltron that was recorded. If you can tell, I'm sure you can tell how close I was to this show. I know so many random things about it, but there was like, I don't know if it was exactly 2 seasons, but one of the people working on the show actually had said that they had recorded like 2 seasons worth of content that they ended up scrapping because DreamWorks didn't approve of it. And because they recorded that, the voice actors and voice actresses probably thought that that was going to be a thing, because they recorded it. Oh, my neighbor. I don't know if you heard that, but it was like, well, anyway, yeah, but because of that, it's just such a messy situation. And I just feel bad. So yeah, I feel like that's my answer. My answer, long story short, Voltron. BHA was nothing compared to Voltron. And that's probably the only super toxic fandom that I've interacted with super a lot. What the heck? Okay. Well, basically, I don't know. I feel like I've rambled on this question a little too long, so I'm going to go to the next question. I didn't even get close to finishing this drawing either. Oh my god. Dude. I am going to be horrible at multitasking for this video. Oh man. Let's just hope that it goes well. Whatever. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. We'll see. But I'm crossing my fingers and I at least get through a couple of drawings, because I started in the far corner here. Oh boy. What's the next question? Let's just go to the next question. Because, yeah. Long story short on that one, Voltron. Voltron is the most toxic fandom I've ever been a part of. And it wasn't even just the Clance shippers or just the viewers. A lot of people were so mad about season 8. I'm going back to drawing, okay. I'm about to ramble more. So basically, ow. So basically, this video is gonna be so long. Okay, whatever. Oh man. Basically, season 8 sucked, and man, it's so unfortunate. I hate how they ended the series. The fandom was right to be mad about this, but basically, in order to cover their tracks in a way and seem more inclusive, DreamWorks decided that they were going to really, like, hardcore delve into promoting Shiro as gay, which I'm sure they already had it in mind when they were writing earlier on, but they were whatever. Basically, they teased him having a lover. We got a single scene with this guy. And then, right when Shiro was on his way back to Earth to see his lover that he ended on bad terms with before getting kidnapped by aliens, he was finally getting back to Earth, and the guy dies, like, maybe a month before he gets there. He dies basically off screen. They imply how he dies because they're fighting the Galra, I believe, and he's in a fighter jet, and you basically just hear all of his crew members dying around him, and then he dies. And Shiro gets back, and the only thing we get is him putting his hand on the badge on the wall. Like, that's it? And then, at the end, in the last episode, they, like, did this blast to the future thing. And, Shiro got with a random background character. It wasn't built up, it wasn't nothing. So basically, DreamWorks queerbaited the entire audience, because they amped it up. They had posters, they had promotional commercials, they did all of this stuff, and then that's all we got. We got a little image saying that he got married to a man, and then his lover died before he ever got to say sorry after they broke off their engagement. That's it. That's what we got in the show. Three scenes, really. The badge, the argument, him marrying a random man. People were pissed, and rightfully so. I was mad because I was like, oh my god, they're amping up this stuff. Adam seems so cool. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to learn more about this guy. Nope. Well, yeah, don't think so. I don't get to know this. I don't get to know anything about this guy. None of us do. Yeah, I'm actually going to go on to the next question, though. I had more on my brain, so yeah, okay. Next question. 15. Okay, which question is that? Oh boy, this one's a bit of a doozy. Okay. I don't mean that in a bad way, by the way. Some people asked like just a random collection of questions, and I actually really appreciate that because it just means that you're really curious about things, and I think that's really oddly sweet. So yeah, don't worry about asking all these questions. Honestly, I'm just gonna do my best to answer them anyway. Like, so thank you for. Oh no, I don't have no repeating results on. One sec. Ah. So it was number 8 and number 15. There we go. Okay, so Night X Gameplay 7682. First off, you're an amazing artist, and I want to thank you for blessing my eyes with your art. That's adorable. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Oh my gosh. Now to the questions. I got multiple. I'm going to I am going to draw while I answer again, because otherwise I'll never finish. I'm gonna win multitasking. I'm gonna win. Okay, so first question. How long have you been doing art? Basically, forever. Oh man, I've been doing art for so long. It's actually kind of crazy. I'm gonna do another layer. I want to say I've wait, is this leaning backwards? I think it, oh wait, no, I'm just tilted. Okay. I'm gonna say, essentially, I drew kindergarten and up, like forever, since I was really little. My grandma used to just toss paper at us and I would draw with it, so yeah. When we had indoor recess in elementary and everyone else was just playing basketball and stuff like that, I would always be just on the side drawing with pen and with like markers on paper. But I got serious about it because my sister was getting big into art. My eldest sister. I have multiple. She was getting into art at the time. I mean, she'd been into art for a bit at that point, but... Whoop. What? Perspective. She taught me how to draw people, essentially, is what happened. And I just I've been doing it ever since. I've been trying to draw people. I drew the Tokyo Mew Mew characters when I was younger. I would draw Naruto characters. I made my first OCs when I was like 7 or 8. And they were like Naruto OCs that I made with my sister. And we would make our own characters for all sorts of things. Yeah, so I want to say forever. I just kind of have been drawing forever. That's such a dumb answer. I'm so sorry. I did my best. If I am going to go ahead and give you just a definitive answer, I want to say like 3rd grade and onwards is where I actually cared about art. Before then, it was just like a little silly thing I like to do sometimes. But start like end of 3rd grade-ish, I was on a warpath to get better and to keep growing, and it was a lot of fun. So yeah, that's my answer. 3rd grade. Next question. What's your favorite media? You're gonna hate me for this. I don't know. Oh no. Oh no. So basically, I don't really have a favorite anything. I mean, I have a couple favorites here and there, but when it comes to shows, music, stuff like that, I can't just pick one because I get so attached to other. I feel bad. I'm sorry. If I had to pick, like if I had like a gun to my head and I had to pick, otherwise I would die or something. Oh no, actually, what would I pick? Oh no. Oh god. Ninja Turtles? Which Ninja Turtles, you may ask? Yes, all of them? Oh no. I'm sorry. But I really don't pick favorites. So even, I feel like Ninja Turtles is actually super wrong because I like things more than Ninja Turtles. But they were just something I was really attached to growing up specifically. So that's why I picked them. But, actually it might be like Psyche K? Possibly? I just feel like that, but no. I'm really trying. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Help. I need an adult. Oh man. That is such a good question. I'm just going to leave it at I don't have any favorite media, but I do like a lot of media. So yeah, there you go. Because I also, One Piece. Ooh. Oh, One Piece is good. I don't think One Piece is my absolute top favorite show ever in the entire world, though. Oh, no. You know, like I said, I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to say I don't have a favorite, but I like lots of stuff. Yes. I'm so sorry. Question 3. What's your favorite fandom? Uh-oh. So I'm starting to realize all of your questions are basically just what's your favorite this? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so bad at this. Fandom. I kind of really like the Stardew Valley fandom. They're all just great and they seem to agree with each other and they're chill. Yeah. If I have to pick a fandom specifically that I've been a part of and that I really like, it would probably be that. Because it's just Okay, let me think. What's a wholesome fandom, actually? Because if there's like a super wholesome fandom I'm a part of, then it would actually be that, because I feel like it's so rare to find just something, just a sweet fandom like that, you know? You know what, I'm just gonna stick to it. I'm gonna stick to Stardew Valley, just because I feel like it's so untoxic. And I love that in a fandom. So yeah, that's the one. And my brain won't supply me with anything else, so that's what we're going with. What's your favorite ship? I don't know. Bro. Oh man, I'm so sorry, Nidex Gameplay. You're okay. As I said not too long ago, I'm a shipper at heart, so I have a lot of ships. Almost every show I watch, I end up finding a ship of some sort, or at least two characters that I think work really well, and I just want them to be happy. Oh, I'm gonna have to say... You know what? No, I'm not gonna answer this one. This one, it's too hard. There's just too many. I don't think I can even come up with a BS answer like I did with the other two. So yeah. Question 5. Last one, I swear. Don't worry, you're fine. Oh no, what's your favorite character? Oh, mine's Spider-Man, although the writers these days really love to torture him, but the new Ultimate Comics is good, so. Ooh, you're really not gonna like me for this, but I like it when I like it when a show is harsh on their characters. Like when a character is hurt or something happens to them in a negative way. I actually really like that kind of stuff. I don't know. I feel like I love when a character has like hardship to go through, and it's like, I don't know. I really like her comfort and angst, and I feel like it's just good soup. It's good soup, plain and simple. It's just good. I don't know. I know that clearly you disagree with that, but yeah. Also, Spider-Man's my favorite like superhero, so same. I love him. Oh, favorite character though. I don't have an answer. Oh, I usually have a favorite from specific shows, but like overall, I'm not going to be able to pick a favorite, I feel like. Oh man. I feel bad for your question, Nidex Gameplay. I do. But I'm so bad at answering this kind of question just because I have such a scatterbrain, and I feel like it's just impossible for me to pick a favorite of anything. Because even when I said Spider-Man's my favorite superhero, is he? I don't know. I feel like he is. He's like the superhero I've drawn the most. He's the one I've consumed the most content of. So I'm assuming... I feel like, yeah, Spider-Man's a pretty confident answer. He's my favorite superhero. But it's so hard. It's just so hard to pick a favorite of stuff when you've got so many different attachments. Like, I couldn't tell you my favorite YouTuber, my favorite show, my favorite food. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. It's rough. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I had to kind of give you random answers instead of actual ones. But thank you so much for your question. I'm going to move on to the next one, though, because I feel like I've just rambled a lot. So, yeah. Third set of questions. Let's see. 10. Oh, this one's hard. Okay. This question is from my friend Gizmo. The masses must know, what 3 or more pieces of media do you think contributed to your art style now? And what styles out there were your hugest inspirations? Okay, so I can instantly think of 2 artists I follow that impacted me a lot drawing-wise. So I'm gonna start there because it's the easiest. So I think the 2 artists I follow that made like the biggest impact inspiration-wise, like on my style specifically, are going to be Ellen Torrey, which I found through Instagram, and Drawing with Waffles, which I found through YouTube. I feel like in the grand scheme of things, I saw their styles and went, ooh, I want that. And I started like just trying to really understand how and what they did and their process and stuff like that. So yeah. As for media, I know Naruto had a lot of impact on me artistically, just because it's like one of the first fandoms I ever found myself in, and I ever found myself like making characters for and trying to replicate when I was younger. I feel like you can, like, if you really look, you could find remnants of Naruto's style. Kishimoto? Is Kishimoto the one who... One second. Give me a second.
A few moments later.
Yeah, Kishimoto. I feel like his style really influenced me growing up. It really stuck with me, and the show was important to me. So I feel like it hit me hard. And I don't feel like you can hardly see it anymore, but if you were to really pay attention, you could probably find it. Little hints here and there. As for any other series that might have impacted, it's so hard to think about, because I feel like I consumed so much media growing up, but I didn't pay attention to which ones made that kind of impact. Naruto is easy because it was such an early thing for me. It was like little kid Kuda and stuff like that. Let's see. If I'm like thinking just in general. Oh, that's so hard. It's such a wonderful question too, because that's something that I would like to ask like random artists too, because it's so cool. But I don't know. It's so hard. It could have been anyone, really. What about... Oh no, you've got me thinking really hard on this. Okay, let me just sit down and think about fandoms and shows I have interacted with.
One eternity later.
Oh, Voltron and Steven Universe. Okay. There is a couple. So, as I talked way too much about Voltron already, but I actually will say that Voltron had a really big impact on me, just in general. Not only art-wise, but also just like, I don't know, I feel like story-wise, I really like the whole aspect of the show, like them taking out this evil overlord alien race, basically, is such a cool idea to me. And I feel like that was right at the height of me getting really attached to space as a concept that it came out. So I am going to say Voltron probably had a lot of impact on me artistically. Just in the fact of concept, I guess. But looking at style, though, I feel like it didn't. Did it? Yeah, I don't think so. But Steven Universe, more so in like use of colors and stuff like that. Steven Universe was one of those shows that just really impacted me in every way. But art-wise, I feel like I said, the use of color in Steven Universe is something that was super impactful for me. But also, I feel like that's where a lot of my shape comes from, because it was one of those shows it was one of the few shows growing up that I was excited about because it kind of broke things into shapes, and it really helped me like understand that kind of thing. And each character was like its own shape basically, which is cool. But really, I feel like, yeah, like I said, the color, the breaking things down into shapes, like, so more so in the process of how I draw than the final product of my style, it impacted me, I want to say. So yeah, that's the gist of it. The gist of it is Steven Universe, yes. Voltron, conceptually. And Naruto, definitely. Fundamentally, actually. I feel like Naruto is more fundamental in the sense that it was when I was young. So it was when I was learning anatomy and stuff. So I feel like my anatomy is pretty similar to Naruto. One thing I want to try getting better with is perspective, though. I feel like a lot of the art for Naruto has like great use of perspective and angles and all that. And that's something I really want to get better at. So yeah, anyway, next question. Doop-a-doo. 6. Ooh, early question. Let's go. So this question comes from Froppy Girl over on Discord. What social media Oh yeah, I forgot about this question. What social media do you use to post and share art? I shall follow them, hee. That's so nice, thank you. I'm so bad about posting on social media, I'll be completely honest with you. But when I do post, I post it in 3 places. I post on Instagram, I post on Twitter, and I post on Discord. So that's where you'll be able to find my art that I post. I do my best to post it. Yeah. There you go. What is your favorite character in Nimona, the movie adaptation specifically? Nimona is my favorite character. I know. I know, it's probably a lame answer, but Nimona is such a beautifully written character, and her trauma and how she views the world, her everything is just so cool, and it's executed well in my opinion. I really like her as a character. And it's weird because usually when I watch a show, I don't attach to the protagonist as much as most people do. I feel like my favorite character is almost never the main character. Like, and I know that she is only half of the main character, really, because yes, she's the main character. Her name is the name of the movie. But I feel like her role in the movie plot is just as impactful as Ballister's, I guess. Call me crazy for that, but I really do. I feel like they're very even in importance to plot. Like, she's more important at the end of the movie, and he's more important at the beginning, so it, like, balances out well, I would say. So, yeah. That's the end of that question. Wow, that one went really fast. But yeah, I like Nimona. Next question. 20! Okay. This one's fun. Okay, so Entertainment Retro 4-EL1TP. What a username, by the way. Anyway, this person asks, what's the funniest drawing you've ever made? I don't know. You know what? Actually, give me a second. I'm gonna scroll through my iPad really fast, and then I'm gonna get back to you on that one.
Eventually.
Okay, so I found 3 that I think would qualify, in my opinion. First up is this one. So, basically what happened is I have drawing redeems on my stream, and I believe it was Libertarium, or Libby, that told me to draw Firewolf, but if he was Chopper. Firewolf is a friend of mine, for context. And this is what I ended up drawing. Firewolf, if he was Chopper. I don't know. I thought it was funny. So yeah, I am including that one. Next is this one. I made this for my 2023 Inktober video because I did a little animatic, and this is me heading to my desk because I was late. And I just think it's really funny. It's literally just a redraw of that one meme, obviously, but it's so funny. Oh, and then this one's not even the funniest. I think the funniest drawing I ever made was this one. So, context. My sister and I were doing a little stream way back when, and the whole concept was that we would switch canvases every like 5 minutes or every 30. Actually, I think it was every like 2 minutes or something like that, or every minute. We would swap canvases, and the first thing I drew was just my Among Us character, because this was back when we were playing Among Us, I'm pretty sure. Either that or it was like right after. And she added hers. But then we had to keep going back and forth, so we started adding more. And it reminds me, I ended up drawing this. So more context, she's pink, I'm gray. I drew this, which is just, it's a buff Among Us. And once again, it has JoJo intimidation lines on it, so yeah. I drew it because my sister and I have this thing we used to do where we would go into a public lobby and I would name myself the Knight, and I would basically just follow her around, and if I was the killer, I'd kill for her. If she was the killer, I'd cover for her. I was basically just her bodyguard, her knight in shining armor kind of deal. And yeah, this is what I came up, this is what I drew for that, and it's probably the funniest drawing I've ever done. So there you go. 3 drawings I think are funny, along with this one, which I think is the funniest, but you guys will have to I'll leave the verdict up to you guys, what's funnier. Next question. I'm gonna delete these quick. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Next question. Boop, 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 boop. I do that every time it's weird. 12. This question is from June Usage? I love your videos and your art style is pretty. Thank you. That's so nice. You guys are just a lot of you guys added little compliments onto your things. I'm like, thank you. Would you be willing to make tutorial videos? I love the way you draw clothes, but I can't wrap my head around how you draw them. I'll be honest, I would love to do tutorial videos, but I have such bad imposter syndrome. Like, my brain tells me that because I'm not like the most perfect artist ever, and because I'm not like, I don't know, a professional artist, I guess, like by trade, that I'm not fit to do like tutorials. I'm definitely not like educated enough to do educational tutorials, but even like stylized tutorials, my brain is just like, yeah, no, that's not a thing that's gonna ever happen. But if you guys would like legitimately want something like that, I would do it. I think it would be really fun. It would be really nerve-wracking, but I also just like, I think it would be a good experience, I guess. What is going on with this fabric here? But yeah, I would do a clothing tutorial. I could just show you my process. It's kind of hard to explain, I guess, but I would find a way, I'm sure. So if you guys are interested in that, just let me know, and maybe I'll make a video on that later. Also, thank you for the little compliment. I'm really happy with how far I've come with learning how to draw clothes, so I'm glad that you like how they look. So thank you for that. Next question. Question 7. Ooh, this one's another long one. This one comes by way of Sakura on Discord. I love your Pride series, by the way. It's what got me into watching your videos. Thank you. I'm really proud of that series. It's my first series that has music, for starters. Like, before then, I've just had it quiet because I couldn't find any music that I thought like fit my vibe very well. But yeah, I'm really glad that you liked it though, because I was really proud of it, and I'm hoping to do something like that next year too. A few of you have asked if I would do this again. Yes, I definitely think that if it's in the cards next year, I want to do it for sure. But yeah, here we go. Question 1. Can you list any comfort characters, simps, or any characters you relate to? I don't have any characters I simp for. I feel like, I don't know, my brain just doesn't work like that, I guess. My brain kind of just sees a character and either likes it or dislikes it. It doesn't really... I explained how my attraction works. Like, Obviously, there are characters I think are pretty, but I don't really attract to any of them at all. So I'll say... I'll do comfort characters. It may be characters I relate to. So comfort characters, I'm going to pick Michelangelo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Quite literally any version of him. He's a very comforting character to me. I'm not entirely sure why. I think I don't know. It's a comfort character, you know? There doesn't have to be a rhyme or reason to it. Any other comfort character? That's like one that I knew off the top of my head, but now I'm like sitting here thinking, like, do I have any others actually? What is going on? Oh, this is just really baggy. I made it way too not baggy. You know what? I'm just gonna give one of each. So, Michelangelo from any Ninja Turtle series, preferably 2009 onwards. As for characters I relate to, I'm gonna pick Psyche from Psyche K. I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like he's one of those characters. I just realized that this is a whole heel out here. I just feel like he's one of those characters that, even though we're not very similar personality-wise, we're very similar in, like, what we think, I guess. I don't think in, like, oh god, please get away from me. Like, I don't think like that, but I am incredibly, like, socially awkward and anxious all the time. So if someone's talking to me, half the time I'll be trying to figure out how to get out of it, unless it's someone, like, that I interact with frequently or someone that I'm comfortable interacting with. But if it's like a stranger, even if they're just coming up to be super nice and they're like, oh my god, I love your shirt, I really like that show too, and stuff like that, it's so horrible to say, but my brain's always instantly just like, oh god, people, get away, please, no, leave me alone. I want to be by myself in a corner somewhere. Like, please. I'm so bad at drawing heels, I've just realized, by the way. Like, this video has made me realize I need to practice drawing heels. But yeah, basically, I get really anxious, and I feel like I just want people to leave me alone most of the time. I would very much prefer just being either on my own or in comfortable silence with someone I like. Or, I mean, hanging out with my friends is great. Hanging out with my sister is great. But sometimes I just need to be alone. And don't take it the wrong way. I love being around people I trust, and I love being around my friends and my sister. I really need to finish this drawing of this woman. But yeah, I feel like in the grand scheme of things, if I'm gonna be like interacting with someone, I want it to be someone I'm comfortable with and not a stranger, which I know isn't always possible, but you gotta pick and you choose. Like, I do not mind interacting with people sometimes, but I need my battery, like, it needs to be recharged. It desperately needs to be recharged before I interact with too many or too much. So yeah, I think I'm gonna move on from drawing this girl. I feel like I'm just overworking details. It's gonna get messy, so maybe I'll come back to her at the end of... I feel like I messed up. Is this eye too high? It was a little too high. Oh, whoops. Next question. Basically, yeah, my answer to that, yeah. How long have you been drawing for? We answered that one earlier, so I'm gonna skip it. Basically, since 3rd grade onwards. How can you draw hands? I'm no good at it. Hands are hard. I'll be honest. Hands are really hard. Like, this one, I'm just gonna hit it with some of this and then be done with it. I'm gonna wrap up some little details on this one for this last question, by the way. Hands are one of those things that I'm still not super confident in, but I can at least like whip them out, I guess. I can draw them, but I'm not confident in it at all. But how I draw hands is actually thanks to a Draw with Waffles video. She really helped me understand how to break down the hand, and she's the reason that I break down hands with one finger separate usually. Like this kind of thing. She's the reason I break it down into those shapes. That was a terrible hand, but I drew it quick, so whatever. She's the reason. So you should look up, she did a whole tutorial. What was that? She did a whole tutorial video on it, which I'll put in the description of this video. So that's the one thing that helped me really draw hands in the way I draw them. I also just tried replicating hands. I did a lot of hand studies. I feel like I just drew them over and over again. And over time, I slowly got to a point where I can make them look like hands. And they can not look like jumbled messes for the most part. So yeah, that's how I learned how to draw hands. How did you come up with your YouTube name? Oh boy, getting into the nit of it. I'm going to pick another drawing here first. Another person to draw quick. And then I will answer this question. So we're a big car family. So my dad has a gamer tag that is basically a play on drag races and a car called the Barracuda. So I decided to take the Cuda part of his name because I just wanted to, I guess. And my middle name is Lynn, so I just combined the two into Cuda Lynn's, and that's how my YouTube user was born. That's how it happened. That's literally it. Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, but just take a Barracuda, like the car, not the fish, and combine it with my middle name. Boom. YouTube name. Another question. What other things do you love to do besides art? I like to game, mostly indie games. I'm not the best at any shooter games or anything like that, but I really like indie games like Stardew Valley, Slime Rancher, Minecraft, stuff like that. I love listening to music. I used to really love acting. I was a drama kid through and through. I really love that. I haven't done a lot of it, obviously, since graduating high school, but I used to do that all the time. I like writing. I like writing a lot. Nose. What's anything else? I have a lot of random things I like to do, I guess. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna say I like drawing. Drawing, obviously. You said that's besides art. I like playing video games. I like writing. I like listening to music. I love singing. Watching YouTube is always fun. Yeah, stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff I'm into. Last question. What are your thoughts and opinions on the Hazbin Hotel criticism? I don't really have much to add on that. I'm going to just not add anything. I feel like everyone's kind of said it all. Basically, people are hating on her because she was problematic. But I do love the series that she created anyway. I know that it was a mess and it was horrible, but I didn't do a lot of research, so I don't really have a lot I can add on that. I just know that I really like the characters. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Hello! Sorry if this is abrupt, but as I said in the intro, I had to break this into 2 videos, so we're gonna wrap this up here. The rest of your questions, it will be in part 2, so if you didn't see yours here, you'll find it there. Sorry again that I wasn't able to manage this in one video. I promise you, I tried my best. But anyway, thank you for sticking around, and hopefully I'll see you in part 2. Bye bye, guys!